and she likes soft serve ice cream. What about hard served? What a journey has been with this show. I mean, this has been something special, you know, and it's like I've seen a lot of shows, not even just anime. I'm talking about media in general, cartoons, movies, short films, you know, and I mean, like, I can't say I've seen anything comparable to plus-sized gal. Wagwan, how you do? So I'm recording this Friday. I think the last episode of the season comes out tomorrow, but I just wanted to get this show on the road. You know, I've been so excited to talk about these last 5 or 6 episodes because this was, dare I say, bootylicious. New word, I just learned that one, and I've been trying to find the opportunity to use it in the right setting, and I feel like this is the place. So after we meet our witch of a woman, being the SATIRE or the SATIRE, whatever she is, we get to episode 7. This McDonald's worker is handing out coupons like the ones that you get from Burger King or Arby's in the mail where they have the flyer. I remember I had a bunch of coupons like these for my local hospital. And I don't know if y'all have had like hospital cafeteria food, but I'd say that's better than 75% of the fast food restaurants. I'm just putting it out there. It's worth a try, and it's cheap too. I was getting like full platters for like $6. That's besides the point. I had these coupons, probably just about as fat as the stack Al Food is holding. And I was using those shits for like 2 years. Only con to it was like a 30-minute drive. I didn't care. It was the biggest steal of my life. I miss it to this day. That's besides the point though, because they got these free fry coupons, but lo and behold, these fries were imbued with cursed energy. And we see that even tomato is getting plump. Yeah, no, but some of the see this, I knew this nigga wasn't innocent, because some of these visuals have tomato looking like a real deal horny demon. Like, yes, a satire could be over exaggerating, but the visual that they show of her explaining why she was enacting revenge on them, basically saying that tomato was inappropriately like looking at her or something, which then led her to start having these freaky ass thoughts. One being tomatoes all up in her area, tongue out, eyes damn near bloodshot, the veins popping out of them. Look at this fucking face. I would have been making that same ass face. I would have been slobbering like a fucking butt. No, but actually, like, I real deal think some shit happened off camera. You see, and I'm numb to it at this point with this show. It's just like, you have to do something monumental at this point to really like have me start reverting to my roots again, because I've seen it all. Like, Alfuda is out of her clothing maybe once every 2 minutes at this point. Now, Kuroda, she does something. Kuroda is all whatever. Kuroda's special, but I'm not talking about her. But like with a lot of the other Infinity Stones, it's like you could only do so much. Like now at the later portions of the show, it's really on Tomato to surprise me, you know, because at first, when we first started the series, like the whole concept is a shocker. We got plump, voluptuous, bootylicious Gyaldev who are just leaking out of their Levi denim. Now at this point in the show, we're really just deep into the plot, you know, so that's why I feel like this last portion's a bit interesting. And the satire tries embarrassing Alfuda by stripping her down, and Alfuda rocks her body positivity. Absolutely. She's like, how do you like that? I bet you're so embarrassed. And then Alfuda's like, nah, I'm chilling. Like, tomato feels me up twice a day at this point, girl. She actually used the word manhandle. I don't know, I feel like that had a sexual undertone to it. You know, it's like all of these truths are starting to come to light with Tomato. But we see Tomato bust out of his clothes in his 14-inch boing boing. Is all over the place. I know his shit's like one of those beefsteak tomatoes. Shit's ripe and it has some wit to it.
What did that nigga just say?
And you know it was too, because he has the satire start bleeding out her nose. He almost killed her. The amount of damage that thing was doing just on a visual sense. But my assumption is, grower, you know, I'm not trying to get into the specifics with it, but that's just my assumption if we're looking at body composition, especially with the plumpness going on. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'd argue that's honestly the better way to go about things anatomically. But what does my opinion matter? But no, this part excited me because he took him to the us, because we see him doing pad work with Alfuda. And then Olga is throwing 1s and 2s into the bag, and she's about to break the shit. And this shit's a nice ass gym, and apparently the director opened it up with the purpose of seeing sweaty men. And I've actually been looking for a gym, and if we could negotiate a cheap price, I will be there. As long as she's there on the sidelines cheering me on. All right, guys, next up, we're doing some light sparring. Sparring? Sparring's a fish. That's fucking wrong. Sparring and light sparring is when you basically reenact a real fight with your opponent and you try to take their head off. Now, I don't know if y'all see this form, but I've been doing this shit for a minute. I got the right protecting my face and the left ready to hit you like that breakup text you don't expect at all. So since I don't want any hair pulling and rolling around on the ground, you guys will be going up against me. And we see this nigga getting ready to spar Alfuda. Look at the fucking... Look at the demon that has possessed this nigga. This is not tomato anymore. This is rotten tomato. What is this? And we see each of them training in Mermaid Girl. Look at this fucking right that she's about. Tomato is so free. Trading might be over if he got hit with that. Look, and she has the foot torque and everything. Oh my gosh. But then it's Olga's turn in the Royal Rumble, and she tries taking his head. And he needed that humbling because he was getting way too like power hungry. Like he got his one opportunity to really like assert his dominance, and someone had to just set him straight. He weaved that shit though. But of course everyone was afraid to spar her except me. But aside from me, we got a new party member, and I guess it's Rem from ReZero on steroids or something. She's like a WNBA prospect. But no, so we see that she's actually a Cyclops named Hitome, and instantly her and Olga are squaring the fuck up, and that's what I like to see. This is the shit I like to fucking this is the shit I like to see, breast to breast, dog. This is the same ass stance Sakuda versus Maharaga was in, and they just start teeing off. We started off with the fundamentals, but then they just started hitting each other in the fucking face. This might be better than Tower of God Season 2 animation, I don't know. Yeah, and here's another reason why Tomato's pissing me off, and he's been pissing me off about this the whole time. Yes, he is garnering an army of voluptuous sized women for what? I couldn't tell you. But he's got a plan and he's trying to enact it soon. But even besides that, when he's chilling at the office on his lonesome, and then we got the director pulling up in her new Under Armour workout set, talking about, I bought some new gear, so I wanted to show it off. Soon enough, instead of showing it to him, she's gonna be showing it to a third party, and that just might be me. I could ruin this nigga's whole career if he lets me get involved. I'll jump right the fuck through that screen, because the director, she's been putting in work clearly. She's looking snatched. The way that these leggings are encompassing those rotund spherical objects back there. And of course, I'm sure it's been for herself, but it's definitely been for Tomato's eyes. And you could tell this time, this nigga's shocked. Look at him. Me say I'd be shocked too. I'd be absolutely flabbergasted. That's not Jamaican. What the fuck? What was I just speaking? That's the type of shit she has me on though. Has me cycling through different accents. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Yeah, but he rents out the yoga studio. Now I'm gonna add a disclaimer, but the one elf, like the older one that's like fairly small, the one that Olga met, who's like doing like this mom and daughter dynamic thing, they're out of the equation for this whole, I'm just say the rest of the season, because I don't know what's going on with them. But yoga studio, and again, I don't know what freak operation he's running here. This is Diddy equivalent, because why is there a dog in the yoga studio that he knows is a animorph? Yeah, and I mean, side comment on Kuroda, I don't really gotta say much, you know, but they're in the sauna really quick before putting on their yoga attire, and she's radiating something. You know, it's like there's some golden brown. It's like the perfect shade of just like crisp. It's like going to Wingstop and getting a boneless wing or a tender, and it has that perfect amount of crunch with the lemon pepper on it, and then dipping it in ranch, and then it's like, you know, taking a bite out of it. It's like, that's the perfect, there's something going on. But no, so everyone's in their yoga attire, and we look like a 16 count Crayola box. And we got Mermaid Girl in the periwinkle blue. We got some eggplant purple Kuroda pine green leggings Alfuda. So this is, dare I say, everything imaginable. It just is. All right, y'all, stand on top of your yoga mats and just imitate my poses. And I'm gonna reiterate again, these are yoga poses, not stick poses. They may come off that way, but they are not. I'm just trying to get a read on flexibility for all y'all, and note it down for our next meetings. All right, so just let's get to it. Let's go. But no, so we start off doing traditional yoga in like the most spiritual, basic, like crisscross applesauce position, and I'm thinking we're gonna actually have a normal class going on. And of course, who has the perfect pose? I'm not saying it. Tomato's saying it. Kuroda. Shit, look at this, giving us a smirk. She knows she's just got that shit going on. And again, everything is fine. Everything is fine. We're doing chair sits, we're doing stretches I do before playing fucking basketball, lunges, even the downward dog, which in this class made sense considering there's a dog in the class. And then shit started getting freaky once he started having Oinkerton doing the fucking line pose, acted all perched up and piggy. For the back shot that we had, right, I'm like, okay, this shit's freaky. Then we see what type of fucking face this girl is making, and she's doing the Belle Delphine special. Why? Yeah, this shit turned to the freak show really quick. Kuroda started hitting the Viennese oyster. Don't ask me how I know. I looked it up. Call that the Jamaican oyster. You know. As I said, this shit is worse than the 1,000 bottles of oil. Has him going through a gauntlet of positions right now. And I'm genuinely concerned for this, like, oblivious act like this is sociopathic behavior from Tomato. Him talking about, you know, I can't help but notice that you're all soaked in sweat. I didn't wear you out, did I? Nigga, we're doing Pilates. Of course they're sweating. Why are you acting so surprised? Like, let's get down to the bone of this. Let's get down to the marrow. What is your deal? As I said, there's a plan here. And I think the Satire has a real deal crush on Tomato though, because she's always jealous and fantasizing about him eating her burger, and she's spying on him, blushing, and I think something is gonna happen between them. I don't know. Yeah, but everyone just starts running the ones again because I guess they're still excited from the boxing bonanza that they had the previous day. And Kuroda and Alfuda are doing their daily one-on-one. And I'm glad that Olga has found a formidable foe. And they start throwing hands faster than the speed of light. And Tomato starts fantasizing about Honeta again, our skeletal girl. And I knew she was his favorite. From the day they met, there's just something about her. We find out that she's actually got advanced observational hockey. And she's just dodging shit left and right, still in the zone, and his shit's getting bricked up. And the Dragon Girl pulls up, and holy bumba, look at Kuroda's side profile. I mean, this is just, that's that cursive S. Right here, in full effect, that's all I'm saying. And I could not forget about Alfuda either. She's got that uppercase cursive V in the front, the lowercase cursive V in the back. But Kuroda's shit is protruded. That's special, I get. But for some reason, Tomato passes out due to the Dragon Girl pulling up. I don't really understand what happened here. It doesn't matter. But for specific reasons, that may have been a top 3 anime episode of the year. And we start the next episode during one of Kuroda's seances, and we see her getting ready to pop out of her set again. And as she's whipping this up, she's rapping some Rick Ross because she's about to attempt to put Molly in Alfuda's Coca-Cola without her knowing. But this is also another thing I'm just noticing. These women have the key to his apartment. Like, Kuroda came in and dropped off this package. So does he have these women coming in on a rotational basis? Like, what's going on? He probably went to Home Depot and copied 16 house keys. But no, so my first issue, if I was him, would be wondering why a Coca-Cola is on my desk right now and it got substituted for a Grimace shake. But he's not thinking that. He was thinking that shit was a new flavor, but looking at it now, I think he got a spell casted on him visually. So then he had to taste it, so that's on me. But no, so he drinks it, and then as soon as that shit hit his small intestine, he started having heart palpitations, he was on the ground, and got turned into a 6-year-old. And I don't know if Kuroda's worn this outfit before, the turtleneck with the nice business pants, but whatever this is has me wanting to sing some M.R. Fine, I'll sing it, fine. Smoking on purple, pussy's on red, pussy's on purple, big bumper. No, but it makes sense though, because Kuroda is the violent vixen. But no, stellar like casual attire by Kuroda. She really knows how to put that shit on. And I'm gonna be honest, when I saw him as a child, especially with the type of shit Olga's been on, and she visualized it, but I thought it was gonna come to fruition, and I felt like Tomato was gonna take his opportunity to get his fucking freak on and suckle on something. That's all I'm gonna say. I thought that's the direction we were going with Olga. But again, if he started on Olga's things, he would have woke up the next morning looking like Sam Solik. But no, so the main objective of this episode was to turn him back to an adult, obviously, and Kuroda was trying to be low-key about it, as Olga was also fawning over the fact that he was a child and she has like baby fever. Kuroda, I won't lie, now that I can see things from this point of view, this shit looks fatter than I ever imagined. I mean, good God almighty, let's get you stretching, because what have you been eating, girl? Damn. So he has her start doing standing back leg lifts. There's something about this hairstyle. There's just something special. I'm not even focusing on the assets anymore. I'm focusing on the attributes. That's a special look. But she's got the apron on, she could demand me around that fucking kitchen. Yes, chef. If they had like a couple's Hell's Kitchen with Gordon Ramsay, is that even a show? I think it is. Top Chef, whatever. If they had a couple's edition, we would win that. Me and her. And I don't even know how to cook eggs. But if she was my cooking partner, I would get that shit right and open up a 5 Michelin star restaurant the next fucking week. I promise you. But Alfuda suggests that she drinks the Grimace Coke and squirts that shit everywhere. Girl, why the fuck did you do that? That shit was so not D'Amour. Girl, you know I didn't do that shit on purpose. You big-bellied elf. What the fuck did you just say to me, bitch? Hey, Alfuda, calm that shit down. There's children around. But Kuroda, so what was the reason for this weight loss potion that you were trying to cook up? Because as I've expressed before, like, I really work you guys. But as I said, I don't want to. You know, I love what everyone has going on. So, I mean, like, why would you try and fuck up my vision? You just helped all of us out, Teach, and I just wanted to make your job a little bit easier. That's it. Kuroda, I'm really happy you feel that way. But, if anything, I would love this process to slow down. If anything. You know, if you got a slow down potion for weight in specific areas, me and you could have this discussion later in my office. But I appreciate you. Because this is the wrong idea, right execution, I think. But he eventually grows up a little bit too much, and now he's big and plump himself. But no, so then episode 10, really all that happened was they were at the plant girl's shop, and then she gets corrupted by drinking some black coffee. So then in turn, she becomes a black woman. Talking about OMG, don't get so salty. I just wanted to gas up my besties. You're low-key giving me the ick. So this is like 2023 slang. But then it starts becoming a coordinated nipple assault with her vines, because she's going after everyone, but she's only splooging on their nipples and booty cheeks. And her main objective in this whole thing is to violate Tomato. And I've called him an idiot for a lot of things, and I'm looking at the infrastructure of this plant right now, and it looks a little suspicious. I've been calling him an idiot for all of his fumbles and everything he's been doing, whether it be with Alfuda Kuroda, the director, but I don't think I would want to be taken headfirst into whatever, like, what's happening? Like, because he gets eaten, everyone's trying to fight, Alfuda forgot her arrows, Mermaid Girl is getting hoisted upside down, Pig Girl is getting violated with the vines. See, and then you know something happened because he was having that PNC. She's sound asleep and he's sitting here butt ass naked, dripping his sweat. Like, I knew Tomato had something crazy going on there, but this was so bad that it had Alfuda stunned and trembling herself. So no, this might have been whatever this was. It was bad because it was never talked about again. But no, so someone comes out of the elf dimension, and as I said before, there was only really one other thing in this show at this point that could surprise me, and it would be Tomato and his antics. But there was one other thing, because we start this episode. They're getting followed. We're just going through our normal day-to-day. He's oiling up Kuroda, doing his little thing, pushing her knobs and buttons, but he's getting followed in the middle of the night by this girl who looks like she's wearing a Kane mask from WWE. I don't know the reasoning behind this mask choice, but Alfuda has his back, thinking that he's about to get kidnapped or something, and she takes it off. And as I said, I didn't think there was anything that could really bring out that side of me again that really feels surprised. But the character gets revealed, and it ends up being Alfuda's auntie with scars. There's one weakness I'd say I have, it might just be cougars. And she starts pinching Alfuda's belly and stuff like that. She could pinch mine. Let's figure out a workout plan, auntie. And she doesn't even ask him. She says, I'm staying with you, by the way. And we see her in the shower. I don't know what battle she's been fighting, but she has scars all over her body, a little six-pack coming in, and she likes soft serve ice cream. What about hard served? Because I don't like ice cream, right? So I could give her the soft serve. With every opposite reaction is an equal reaction, right? Is that so? With soft served, you also need something to be served hard, and I don't know what that may be, but just putting two and two together, if I don't like ice cream soft served, you could have all of my ice cream, so then in return. But no, so then basically after that, she starts feeding Alfuda broccoli, and she's trying to make her into the second coming of herself, I guess. So two Auntie Alfudas roaming around. I don't know if I can handle that. With Kuroda also on the scene too. Take everyone out of this equation. Just those three on the premises, we're gonna need to have a fatal four-way match. And if they don't like the sound of a fatal four-way, then a 3 versus 1 handicap. That's also fine too. But no, so obviously, as I said, episode 12 is not out yet, and that comes out tomorrow. So the next sentence I say will be tomorrow after I watch this season finale. All right, it's Saturday. I just watched episode 12. And I think if there's a way to end the season, this is the way to do it. Because we started by Alfuda going through her training arc with Auntie, and Tomato's getting fed up. And he keeps getting sneak dissed by Auntie because he sees how she's working Alfuda. And knowing his profession, he's not standing for this because he feels like this is the incorrect way to go about things. Hey, Pipsqueak, could you step aside, please? Not happening. Alfuda is my patient and my girl, and I'm not letting you get your crummy, soft-serve, ice cream-ass hands on my work that I've been doing these last couple months. You hear me? I'm done with this shit. I knew what I was doing was the right way of going about things. We're done with the 90s. You will not touch my patient. Yeah, and I mean, Tomato has been on some Diddy antics. A lot of them. But I'd say this was damn near redeeming for all of them. He's standing right in her face, she swings that shit, and he doesn't move a fucking muscle. This is the Tomato that I felt like was there the whole time. It was either one side of the scale or the other, and I'm glad he's leaning more towards this hard-ass nigga side. And I just have to appreciate him for sticking to his goal throughout these last 12 episodes, because, you know, I know me and him have had a rough relationship, but him just sticking to his plan of the accumulation of all thick gals, I mean, he's really been dedicated to his work. And now that I think about it, he's a genius. Because I feel like not only me, but I feel like everyone's kind of been looking at this so surface level this whole time, but this nigga's trying to conquer the Caribbean. Like, he's not trying to just work his 9 to 5, take his paycheck and go, and then maybe have a couple drinks with a bunch of these women. Like, yeah, that's cool and all, but he is trying to dead ass put his name in the history books. Sir Beefsteak, King of the Caribbean. That's what he's trying to do. And we've seen people try to conquest via violence, deceit, infiltration. But have we seen a conquest through temptation? Has that been done before? I mean, I think I really just figured this show out, because it really is like something with a deeper meaning. You know how like shit has symbolism, but then there's like another layer to it that you really have to just dissect and surgically operate on the material at hand. So then you really get to the crux of what's going on.
Auntie, I promise you his methods are effective. He's helped me lose weight about 18 times now. It's my lifestyle that's the problem. If I'm gonna be losing more weight, it's gonna be with his guidance. You know what, niece? The human could take it from here. And I'm not saying that because you just stepped up to me. I'll tell your mother about that. And she could do whatever she wants with that information. But the way that he stepped up to me was really, it ignited a fire in me that I haven't felt in eons. It reminded me of my youth back when I was in my 20s, when I was living the time of my life. And I love when like boys step up to me like this, because I put myself in such a power position for so long that I haven't had anyone have the gall to step up to my authority. And now I'm sitting here. There's something on my body leaking right now. I don't know where it's coming from, but I've got to go tend to this. Our aunt can't go back to the Elf Kingdom because she's been getting pretty soft off of that soft serve. And now she also has her training arc. And I mean, the rest of this finale, nothing much happens. You know, Alfuda gets another coupon from the Satire, and our 4 side girls see her strutting in the middle of the road. But I could understand why Skeletal Girl is Tomato's favorite. Because whatever bodysuit, whatever this attire is, those burgers back there are eating that shit up. That shit is encompassing every crevice. There is not one space that's unaccounted for. That shit may eat up the whole bodysuit at the end of the day. If she keeps strutting around town looking like that, she better have like 2 or 3 of those things on standby in her purse. But I get it, Tomato. And basically the rest of the episode is Kuroda training with Auntie, and that's a scary duo. That is a scary duo. I'm wearing a long sleeve right now and I still feel myself getting goosebumps, and it's like 75 by house, bro. I could really talk about this all day, because you know that scene in SpongeBob where his thoughts are working overtime and shit's just falling apart? That's what would start happening if I let myself get out of hand with Auntie and Kuroda. So I'm really gonna try and refrain myself. But I mean, Cyclops and Olga, they're boxing, and then somehow the Dragon Girl pulls up, starts speaking telepathically to Kuroda and Auntie. Somehow everyone ends up without a shirt, and then the season ends with Alfuda just being like, "Human, I'm in your care. Let's do this thing." And that's it. Standing ovation. Standing ovation, really. This was really a special season, and this is definitely an anime of the decade contender.
But in all seriousness though, if I had to give a genuine rating, like jokes aside, actually, I don't think it was like, for what the show was trying to do, I had a good time. You know, I had a great time just looking at it and looking at the spectacle in front of me. I give it like a 7. It was fun. It was, I mean, it's better than Tower God season 2. We get a plus size season 2. I mean, I wouldn't mind another 12 episode thing. I think that'd be great. We could get like an extra plus size, maybe a movie in theaters. Who knows? This show has great potential. But so next I wanted to try something a little different, and I posted about it a couple weeks ago. I wanted to maybe possibly start a video series on the lounge, and I thought that would be a fun little thing. Like, aside from like the review stuff, like I feel like a fun side series as well based off of that would be cool. I just don't know how I'm gonna go about it yet. I'm still trying to figure that out, but just know that that's coming soon. And without further ado, Blocktober coming soon. Sparking Zero coming soon too. That'll be a good time. And I think that's it. If you got this far in the video, appreciate you for watching. Sub to the second channel as well. I appreciate that too. And stop what I'm going to say. No way I end this thing without singing here today. Let me list off the girls that I really appreciate. Well, that is all of them. I think it's 20 plus 8. I do not know what I said, but Alfuda's coming first. The first gal we had, and it really puts a curse on my mind. Oh my goodness, she's taking up that space. But Kuroda came and she just fucked up the place. She was radiating golden brown every fucking where, melanated with the purple violet lavender hair. Then we had Alfuda's aunt, who just came up in a place with a soft serve ting, give a hard one in her face. And then I was like, oh my gosh, we got the bone one, we have got the oinky, then we've got the dog. We got the dog and the mermaid too. Who else is there? Oh, Olga and one-eyed fool, the blue one with the periwinkle tint. And I was like, oh man, I'm spending all these cents and these dollars. All these gals, they make me holler. 6'4". I wish I'm taller. Wait, let me ride this beat. Hold on, wait, hey, and let me sniff these galleys' feet. No, okay, wait. And you know that I want to eat what? Let me eat the burger, oh please. Oh, we got the satire up into, and you know that is what I can't forget. Who she was. If you stayed for my little jig, I appreciate it, and I'm trying to hopefully hit 100K by the end of the year. So if you can subscribe to the channel, that'd be great. And the second channel as well. Hopefully trying to hit like 1,000 or so by the end of the year as well. And yeah. But if you stayed this far, I appreciate it. And on to the next one.